Hey everyone, welcome back to Pit and Theta. I know I didn't make a video last week. It's just because I was selling so much time. I had so many covered call positions that it was July 2nd, July 10th. That was basically my main target goals, just to get me the money I basically wanted to get from all the trades. So I had to buy a few weeks, or should I say sell a few weeks. That's why I didn't make a video last week. Nothing's really changed. Basically, just the values of these have gone down, except my Pfizer did get taken away from me at 33.50. It's about 34.50 right now. Had really good news on coronavirus testing, drug, some type of thing. Either way, I made, about over 60 bucks there, and I made a little bit of money before. So I have 3 shares in total, 3 shares for a couple weeks of doing absolutely nothing, but sitting is pretty nice, and they will pay me dividends basically for the rest of my life. They're a really good company. AT&T, still holding on to these. This one expired worthless. Made 10 bucks off that. $32. Still holding on that till next week. We'll see. I really kind of want to hold. I know I was trying to get rid of Pfizer, and I'm trying to get rid of Bank of America just because I already received my dividend, which I can show you here in a little bit, which is pretty nice. AT&T is coming up on a dividend. Their ex-dividend date is the 9th. And so if I hold them for another month, I get 52 cents a share. 52 cents a share times 200, roughly 100 bucks. That's roughly 3 shares. Those 3 shares, it's another way of getting paid for time. And as you can tell, this whole channel is based around that concept, is just getting paid for time. So I'm getting paid for other people to buy my shares. If it doesn't happen, then I'm getting paid by the actual company itself. Either way, I'm trying to bring in consistent payments off my money. But like I said, I really want to hold on to AT&T, so I might bump this one up to 33 or 34. Give it some time. We'll see. I haven't even done the numbers yet on how much money I'm looking to bring, but honestly, AT&T, I want to hold it. I want that dividend. I actually bought some more personal shares outside of this just because I know the dividend's coming up, and it's a really good dividend. I think it's around 7.5%. That's really good. That gets reinvested. The drip comes into effect. It gets reinvested. Those reinvestments buy more shares. Those more shares will give you more dividends later on, and it just kind of snowballs from there. Like I said, Bank of America. This one is trading at 1 cent, so I might try to roll this, buy it, wait for it to come up. We'll see. It would make no sense for me to basically hold on to it because I think it is 1 cent, and I can show you here. Bank of America. I sold it for basically 60 bucks. It's $1.50 right now. I've made 97% on that. There's no point in me waiting 7 more days to make $1.50. So I'm gonna have to come up with a game plan with this. I'll probably just buy them back and then maybe resell them later. This one's worthless, so I might give one Bank of America more time, closer to it. I might hold on to one. Either way, I'm just trying to free up some cash. I'm definitely glad I got rid of the Pfizers. I need more cash to kind of start back the wheel and selling covered cash secured puts, should I say. But this is my dividend unallocated right here. I got, where'd it go? 1.5 shares of Bank of America just for holding a couple hundred of them. So this is absolutely free money basically given to me by holding on to this, by doing the wheel strategy. So it's like another form of payment. I'm not going to record this because it's going to be really hard to record all the dividends I'm getting paid. But this is Theta Reinvestment. And this is just from a couple weeks of honestly not really checking my computers because I know I've had these positions. This is all, that's old. This is just all dividends that I'm getting paid for by pretty much doing nothing. So it is nice to see that you're getting paid for your worthwhile. You're getting paid for your risk. This is going to dividends. Pfizer, that's just an old contract. This is ETF, I believe. This is dividend. Even though they're both ETFs. ETF, and those two are those are my old paid and theta positions. My contracts, July 2nd, so that one expired for $99. So I technically lost money, but I really just wanted to free up the cash, and I made the money when I wanted to make it. And the AT&T is pretty much it is completely worth this because it's not $32. It's in a nice range right now at about $30. Very attractive, especially with the dividend coming up. So I'm getting rid of. Oh, yep. There's my Pfizer. I might as well move this to my theta reinvestment because 100 shares are gone. It's just that now. Yes, okay, so I have 16 AT&T shares. I bought 20 more up here just for my own personal money because, I want to, keep growing this, and shoot, they're going to pay 50 cents. I really should buy more. I want to keep these 200 shares just until next month, I believe. Let's see. Charts. Yeah, it is on the 9th, which is in 6 days. That's the ex-dividend date. You hold it for another 15 to 30 days, I believe, and then you will get paid 52 cents a share. So I'm just kind of curious on the math. So 236 is it times 0.52? It's $122. That can roughly get me 4 shares if it stays about $30. So I mean, just getting paid for time. And right now I'm getting double paid. So I'm getting paid by the company, and I'm getting paid by the people that are buying the option contracts for me. So it's a pretty good gig if you ask me. I'm going to try to, so I brought in a little bit of money just to kind of get this ball rolling on the cash secured put side, and I freed up my Pfizer, so I have $3,350 available to trade, and I had a little bit left over. I had about 19, so I've got over $5,000. So I'm going to use that money to, I believe, go at AMD pretty heavy. They have really good premium, and it's just fluttered in the same range the whole time. Let's see, AMD. It just fluttered in this 50 something range, and it's found support every single time at 49. It really has. 1, 2, 3. If I can get a good deal, when I mean good deal, get paid a lot of money for this, for a 51 or 52 put for next week, and you can look at me with it. You can make around $1 a share, which is $100. But even if you make 80 bucks, that's still more than 1%, which is my goal. And then I can use that 80 bucks to buy one more share of this AMD, and then buy another share of AT&T just because of dividends coming out. So that's probably, if I had to guess, how I'm gonna play it. Just because I really, like I said, need to get this ball rolling on the the cash secured puts. I do not want to hang on to all these shares. I've already been paid from my Bank of America's, and these basically contracts are worthless. So I've pretty much been paid for this. I want to get rid of these shares at a $26.50, but pretty much I just have to wait until Bank of America comes at $26.50 to get rid of them, because no one's going to buy them if they're not at that price or higher. So yeah, they're kind of down. Who knows? I mean, really, who knows? They could be anywhere. I'll just keep selling time. Hopefully, it reaches back up to its previous levels, and I can kind of get rid of my 300 there, and then I've got how much here? 9.5, so 309.5 shares. I'd like to get rid of 300 of them. That would free up a lot of cash, so I can kind of keep this wheel turning some more. But I'm actually pretty happy this week because I've got a little bit of money to start re-rolling these contracts, and I would like to get into a little bit more growth in the AMDs and the Snapchats and things of that nature, instead of going for the more value as Bank of America, AT&T, and Pfizer. Those are the more stable, but obviously the stable stocks have not done what I've liked. But Yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of going over what I want to do. I'm very glad, like I said, I got rid of this Pfizer. I want to hold on to the AT&Ts. MGM, I'm really just, I mean, who knows what could happen. This is a very, very volatile stock, and I'm in it at a pretty high price compared to what it is. I'm getting paid a little bit over for it. We'll see. I mean, basically just waiting that one out. Got a little bit of money tied up in that, which I definitely will probably stay away from MGM because of that fact. But who knows? It'll probably blow through the roof the second I get rid of it. But I still have, a couple shares just because of the premium I sold them for. So still holding on to that. As you can see, my current P&L is like $1,600. If you come over to my 100 racks position, basically I'm losing a couple $100 just due to these positions being down. But time it'll pay me. The second these shares go back to what I bought them for, this negative 18 becomes zero. I haven't made or gained any money. If anything, I've just been paid for time and shares. So like I said, I got paid the Bank of America. That's 1.5 shares that I got for absolutely free from Bank of America, not even from anyone else. And then hopefully I get that with AT&T, and then hopefully these prices will return to where they're at. Wash your hands clean, come away with the shares, and then this will actually be more accurate. This is, I mean, probably, like I said, under a couple $100, but I'll bring in some more premium this coming week, and we will see from there. But that is what I am kind of getting into. I bought a couple shares just sporadically of my own money of Stag, which is like, these are all monthly paying dividend stocks. So Stag, monthly paying dividend stock, it owns a lot of like industrial plant, basically locations. I bought some MetLife insurance, basically selling insurance right now, and it's at a pretty good price. I think the highs are around $50, and I bought it for 36, so, or 35, either way. And then Main Street, this one is a little bit more risky. It's a lot more retail locations, so the price hasn't rebounded nearly as much, but it, like I said, pays monthly, and this is long-term care. This is like a senior citizen REIT, basically, for all the housing. Kind of, all these are kind of banged up just because, it's kind of in question with coronavirus, like what's going on. But I think over the long term, they'll pay me monthly. You'll probably see me ease on into these stocks with my reinvestments. So I will have to bring theta reinvestments. I'll have to buy some of these and put them in there just to allocate it right. But I definitely like the idea of getting paid monthly, so I want to definitely incorporate that in my investing. I have a bunch of realty income, but I kind of want to. I mean, it's just nice getting paid every single month. It's really nice. It's really nice to get paid. So I would say that's why this investing strategy, I would say, works a lot more. I mean, it's the buy and hold, but you get paid while you do it. So, you can buy a stock and really get scared when the price goes down if you're not getting paid for it. You know what I mean? It sucks to see your money disappear and nothing come of it. But when you get paid from these companies and getting paid from other people to pretty much bet on where the stock's going to go, it's definitely nice. So we will keep continuing this wheel. We will keep trying to squeeze as much money out of these covered calls as we can. And we will try to bring in a good chunk of change for premium, hopefully AMD, maybe one other small play. Maybe another AT&T if I have enough money, because it's about $3,000. I need to check to see how much money I'm going to have. But if I have about, $8,000, I could get into AMD and AT&T, and I would really, like I said, the dividends are going to hit for AT&T. So, getting paid over $100 for that play is, in my opinion, it's worth holding it for a month. And those, like I said, those shares will keep rebuying itself. So this is pretty much it. I know it's a long video. Thanks for hanging in there with me, but I just had to basically 2 weeks worth of explaining to do, and kind of all these new crazy positions that I am getting out of or still in, and how I'm going to try to flip that into next week. So Thanks for hanging in there with me, and I will see you next week.